You, of all people, have the audacity to question me? You, who emerged from the putrid waters of the bayou to plunder our righteous gains and cut our throats like a demon in the night. What have you done to ensure the future of this forsaken city? You, who have brought nothing but chaos. When death was swallowing this city whole, it was I who resurrected it. It was I who shined as a beacon of hope for all. The tower cries out for blood, and I vow to spill it. When the bells ring, the song they sing will be righteous. Welcome home, tourist.
Right guys, hello, that was the PlayStation State of Play new trailer for The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution, the new game that will be coming out later this year. So now that we've seen it, let's rewind, slow it down, get rid of the audio, try to do a breakdown, see what's been given away. Of course, you can share what you've seen and what you think in the comments below. Some of you are going to be new to the game, you've not played the original, so those of you that have played it, I'm not stating the obvious, just remember some people are new to the game. So let's get on with it. One of the first things that comes into focus is what looks like a new knife for us to use. Those of us as veterans can tell that just by how it looks, having the green handle on it. So kind of hard to tell what kind of knife it is. Could be a Bowie knife, they're quite a large knife. But those of you who've never played the game, weapons have different stats, especially the knives. Some of them are better as a throwing weapon. Some have a very heavy blade, which is ideal for severing. You can just chop heads clean off with them. So it'll be interesting to see where this falls into the grand scheme of things. It looks like we're looking out from the top of the tower at the city skyline. Lots of us wanted to have the tower as a playable location, so maybe your dreams will come true with Chapter 2. She looks like she's got a pretty bad skin condition. Obviously burned quite badly. Right, so let's just pause it there once we've got enough stuff in view. Let's go from left to right. We can see the angel statue on the table. That was a collectible. They were hidden around levels. So yeah, achievements for finding all of those. I really enjoyed doing that. Some people aren't too bothered, but yeah, hopefully that will return. On the chair we can see a double-barreled shotgun. I really enjoyed using that gun. Of course there was the Nova, the pump action, but I always find myself going back to the double barrel, especially for the trial. Next to that looks like a machine pistol, a submachine gun. So yeah, fully automatic hopefully, and we'll be able to use that one in each hand. You can see she's got one on each of her, on her hips, left and right hand side. Next to it on the chair looks like a mask as well. Whether we'll be wearing those or they're just another collectible, I don't know, we'll have to see. So on the table we can see cigarettes. You used to be able to take them out with your mouth, put the packet up to your mouth and pull them out, and they took that out in an update for some reason, I don't know. But yes, you can smoke in the game if you want to. We've got the automatic pistol, the 9mm, its magazine. That's not a can of drink, that is an impact grenade. You throw that and it will detonate, so if you're too close you will die. They're incredibly dangerous. To the right, at the very back, we can see a suit of armour, which we never got to wear in the original. Those of you that watch the TV show will recognise that as the Commonwealth armour with the red stripes. So that could be a zombie, but I have a feeling that that's actually a person that's been taken captive. They're a hostage, because we see them get lobbed off the top of the tower later in the trailer. But we used to see a lot of zombies with bags over their heads in the first game. So at the forefront, we can see there's a bandage, roll of bandages. So that's part of the stamina and health mechanic to the game. Those of you who haven't played it, there's possibilities to get sick and you'd need medicine to take away the sickness, but the sickness took away portions of your health bar. So to get the health back again, we used bandages. So lots of people got stuck, they got sick and needed medicine, and it's just, yeah, don't run around, don't get your stamina down. People were trying to fight the game's mechanics, and they ended up in a very bad place. They didn't really enjoy the game, so it's very important you paid attention to that health and stamina mechanic. And then next to the roll of bandages is a box of ammo. We obviously need to keep our supplies stocked up. Right, so looking down on a map, New Orleans, Louisiana. So the top left, that must be the tower. We've got a Polaroid picture as well. So in the original game, that would usually be like a little snapshot of somewhere we'd be interested to go at that particular location. Stuff would be hidden in that building. So that was just like, once we've seen that in game and it matches in the photo, we're like, oh, we need to be looking around here. So we see these bells on the map. That's something I found interesting. In the original game, I just assumed there was the church that we knew about and the bells were rung, and that attracted, the noise attracted the walkers, the zombies to it. And we always, wherever location we're at, we had to run because the noise stirred up the walkers. It turned out when we did the Aftershocks 3 DLC that there were bells in multiple locations. They'd ring them at different places to draw the herd of zombies to different places. That's interesting. Not sure what the skull means and all of these X's dashed all over the place. I'm sure we'll find out once we finally get to play the game. We shall move on. As we come down into a new location, quite a lot of zombies around. So in the water we can see a raft, a skiff. Those of you who never played the game, that is how we got to the locations. We had our home base, we would go to our raft, our skiff, pick up a map, choose a place to go, and it would take us there. It's like a fast travel mechanic, but we'd only do it during the day. You couldn't do it at night, and we now know we'll be able to go to locations at night. So that's quite exciting. Play on. So we see the flashlight. Give it a shake to charge the battery up, and it does have a dark light as well, black light, for stuff that's written in invisible ink for us to find hidden on the walls. So you can see the wristwatch on the left arm, so that shows our health, stamina. The bell shows us the time, so the inner ring in a pale green, that will start to click down and tells us when the bells are going to ring. When the bells ring, out come the zombies, lots of them, and we want to get out of there. Otherwise we'll get overwhelmed. You can't kill them all, you just got to get out of dodge. So she's focused on the zombie, doesn't see us coming up behind. So we see big heavy blade going into the skull. I mentioned earlier about the knives. Those of you new, if you're grabbing that zombie with your hands, that's using stamina to hold them, and then you're punching them in the head with a knife, that's using stamina to try and pull it out again. So when you come to fight the next zombie, you're in a pretty bad state stamina wise. Far better with that blade to just let them come at you and just swing out with an arc, just lop the head clean off. Preserve your stamina. Stamina is life. It's far more important than your health bar. Once you're out of stamina and they get their hands on you, you can't fight back, you can't shake them off, you're just dinner to them. So be aware. So pulling what looks like the night shift, oh no, that's the fourth and pain, the cleaver. We're going to shield our eyes from the sun. Another location, we see a church in the background. Quite a lot of zombies on screen. We see the shots ringing off. Another new location, kind of cool. We've got that mezzanine level above. So in the first trailer that we saw, we could see the zombies falling off that and then getting up again. Breaking down boards with the axe. You don't have to use an axe to do that. I mean, I've literally used like pistol whipped it with the butt of a pistol to break them open. You can just shoot it. But yeah, swinging axes around is kind of fun. So now we've got a look at the new weapon, the sawn-off shotgun. It's got engravings. We can see the bandages wrapped around the handle. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using that. I was a big fan of the double barrel in the first game. But I would have one in each hand, or a pistol and a sawn-off. Obviously it's going to have a limited range, but it should have a greater spread. So we've got quite a few zombies in front of you. You should be able to get multiple headshots at a very, very close range, but we'll have to see what the developers decide is best. So there's that black light. We mentioned the flashlight gives us these clues, and we're holding the sawn-off in our left hand. You can have the torch on your body, don't have to hold it all the time, but yeah, it can be convenient to just point it where you want it. So there's the esteemed mortal axe. Wasn't really a big fan of it in the first game. I don't think you'll see me use it much in Retribution, but those of you that do want to use it, there's the pommel at the end of the shaft. You can stab them in the head with that, although I found it kind of awkward to do. Or you can just use the heavy end and get some kills with that. So yeah, they can be fun. I used them more for beating down the boards than I ever did killing zombies, but those of you who enjoy using them, you can crack on. So it looks like we've got the flare, we've got a revolver in the left hand. I really like using revolvers. I hope they keep the same reload mechanic. I had the fast reload. I could reload that probably faster than I could the pistol with the magazine. So the flare is interesting because we see we get to throw that later on. That's a light source and then flow. So whether that will attract zombies, we can light it up, throw it, and they'll go over. Those of you that like zombie movies, they get attracted to fireworks and stuff like that. So whether that's a nod the developers have done, I don't know. Long old tunnel. Right, so quite a lot of zombies, and all he's got to hand is a bottle which is smashed. So yeah, you could maybe get a couple of kills out of that, but that's going to break pretty quickly. That's got environmental weapons we can use, and even our own weapons we have will break. So always make sure you've got plenty of equipment on you. Have a new location, see the skiff there climbing up into a building, throwing the flare. They don't seem too bothered about the light source moving to it. Let's go back a little bit, because we've got two guys, new suits of armour, attacking the zombies. They don't seem too worried about us, because the zombies are more of a problem, but eventually they would turn their guns on us. Holding the sword, we've got a new suit of armour that zombies wearing. So remember, everyone in The Walking Dead has the disease. When they die, no matter how they die, they all come back as a zombie unless you've destroyed the brain. So when you're killing survivors in the world, unless you shot them in the head, they're going to come back as a zombie. So the guys that wear the armor, they're quite tough, and if you don't dispatch them properly, they're going to come back as a tough zombie. So make sure you do them in properly the first time. Swinging a sword around. Yeah, so guards running along shooting, killing the zombies. Get another look at the knife. These guys look to be holding the assault rifle, the same one from the first game. There's the esteemed mortal axe, cleaving heads, lever action rifle. Quite a lot of fun to use. Some people struggled with the reload action, but it's a lot of fun to do that in VR, the reload mechanics. And I think Saints and Sinners, although it's not 100% realistic, it gets a good balance between arcade and realism. It feels like you really are working the weapons. So that gun holds a lot of rounds, and yeah, it's kind of fun to reload it between each shot. Good sights on it as well. Good gun to use. So there's our revolver. Here comes our hostage, splat down on a car, knife through the neck. So yeah, this is the tower. Whether this will be a playable location, we'll have to see. Just because we can see it doesn't mean we can go inside it. Lots of areas were blocked off in the original game. But all the same, we can keep our fingers crossed. Take a good look up. That's a long way down. So some of you won't realise, even if you played the original game, but we had the character May who we were helping, and her husband was given, I think, what they called the walk. People that broke the rules in the tower, they were forced to walk off the top all the way down below, which is obviously a death sentence. Oh, big explosion off in the background. Here comes the chainsaw. I will be doing a lot of Evil Dead quotes when I play this game. I can't help myself. Of course, Ash in Evil Dead, known for having a chainsaw for his hands. Yeah, interested to see how this will work, whether it will break and how we're going to refill it, what it's going to use for ammo, how we're going to find fuel for it. Yeah, should be a lot of fun to use. It's the lever action again, shooting barrels, causing explosions. Of course, we can craft our own explosives and set up traps, so that's going to be fun to do. So we're dual wielding there. We've got the machine pistol and the sawn off in the right hand. We see a couple of guards off at the background, so they're alive. They're not dead yet, and as I said, like, if you kill them, make sure you do the proper job, destroy the brain, otherwise they're going to come back. You have more zombies to deal with. A double smack with a pan. Some people enjoyed doing that, using that as a weapon. Getting a bit pixelated there. So yeah, you could see using two machine guns, submachine guns at once. Here's the Axeman. So I don't know what's going to happen. I have a feeling he's going to be like Mr. X in the Resident Evil remake. It will be not necessarily every level, but we'll get to a point, we'll play through the game, and then he'll be revealed, and I've got a feeling he's just going to be stalking us on the level. I hope they don't do that, because a lot of people didn't like that in Resident Evil. You're trying to deal with a game and the puzzles and what you need to do, and having this almost impossible to kill character stalking you was quite annoying to some. We don't know what the developers are doing. I just got a feeling it's just going to be the next level on the bells. So we knew we've only got so long at a location before the bells go off, and then there's going to be lots of zombies coming after us. So whether the Axeman just turns up along with the zombies when the bells ring, I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what we have to do. Swinging the chainsaw around, and there we go. So we know it's coming to PlayStation VR, which is good, because the original trailer we got was the Meta Showcase. That's obviously focused on the Quest headsets. Of course, we know Quest 2 you can play on PC. So lots of people always wondered why my videos, the game looks so good. It's because I played it on a PC. Playing it standalone on the Quest headset, you're obviously not going to get the same graphical fidelity. Yeah, still coming 2022. We don't have a fixed release date for it yet. But yeah, at least PlayStation owners know they're going to get to play the game too. So now you know. So we'll leave it there, guys. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Whatever it is you choose to do after watching this. And as always, I'll see you. And I'll see you next. Ciao for now.